Hello, everyone. Welcome to Enlightened Insights. And you are the first people, other than Gerald and Jean and myself, to know that this is the new name for our monthly program together. Jean came up with a bunch of different options, and we just picked one out and said, let's introduce it right now. So I don't know how fortunate you are, but you're among the first people to recognize this. And with that, I welcome my good friends Jean, SunPsychic Jean and Gerald of TarotStache.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Thank you for being
Hi.
here on this
Yes.
lovely early July day. So tell us what's going on. What's happening for you, Jean?
I just had a lovely weekend filled with shows and all different types of shows. And it somehow I was able to, I was the host for each one of them. It just sort of fell that way. And it was really interesting and enlightening. And I did different collaborations. I had Nancy of Crohn's Intuition. I had Kelly, the Scarborough, the Mystic Next Door. I've been doing some new collaborations, and this will be the summer of inviting and doing some new collabs with different people. And we had a wonderful show yesterday from the Crone Zone. If anybody hasn't seen it, about the Christ consciousness and what it is, it was really very well done. I enjoyed it.
That's
That was
great.
great. Yes. And what's happening for you, Gerald?
I have later today, I have back and forth with Jamie and Gerald. And then I have a casual with Ramon from Moon Scarab on Wednesday. And that's at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I'm doing blind spot readings hosted by Marina from Heart Centered Tarot with Hershey the Shadow Reader, and oodles of other stuff coming up. So do that if you want to stay in the know. If you subscribe to my channel, I do post stuff consistently on my community tab. So,
That's great. You're always busy. I'm
and I love
I'm
it.
That's good for you. I am not quite so busy. Well, I am busy, but it's more things like dealing with the foundation because we've been getting so much rain here and house stuff and everything else. So I will, I'm around, but not as much as I used to be. But I'll be back in the swim of things fairly soon. But
Mhm.
enough about us. Welcome to our guests. Here's Christine. And is this Priscilla from the Crone Zone and Jenny Berlin? Carter Deluxe, Miss Sherlock, Starseed Awakening 1111, Linda Kennedy. Thanks, you guys, for coming. We're just thrilled to have you here. Bernie
Yes.
Girl, Mary Hernandez Walker, Jen Bowles, Coquette, um, Michelle Krantz, Heart Center Tarot. I think I'm repeating myself. Oil Painter. Uh, oh, she and I
Diana.
had fun reading with Allie. I don't know if I think it was
Mm,
last week that we had. And here's Miss Sherlock and Don Hiley, MCB00. Thanks everybody for coming. We're going to have Patrick Tarot and Fatima and Maria. Okay, I could go on, and I will. But as before we start doing that, I just invite you to put your questions in all caps. We will be taking them in random order
mhm.
and trusting spirit to guide us to the right questions to answer. So we're not playing favorites or anything like that. But yeah, I'm really excited. I always love reading with you too. These are special
Mhm.
occasions.
I want to
Um,
do a quick little shout out, if I may, and
yeah,
say hello to Marina. And she's here visiting us today. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. And Gerald will be with her tomorrow, right? You guys are doing a show
Yes.
tomorrow, or yeah.
Hmm.
So that sounds exciting. Nice to
Yeah.
see you, Marina.
yeah,
And Oil Painter is here, and the Crone Zone is here. Wow.
yes.
Priscilla from the Crone
Perfect.
Zone.
Oh, and even asking a question. Yes. And I apologize, Priscilla, for my audio problems yesterday. I think I have them under control now. But
Absolutely. She sounds
Yeah.
great.
Sounds great.
we'll
Sounds
see.
great.
Thank you, Microsoft Updates. Um, so if you're all right with this, let's jump right in. And let's
There
see.
are oodles of questions that didn't get starred, just in case
Okay,
some
let's,
you're nope, some you're getting some of them.
yep.
Sorry. Oh, and the Crone Zone said they missed you.
Oh, you're sweet.
Oh,
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Excuse us for the. So I'm going to start with Carter Deluxe, um, who says, I would love to know if I, Abby, have any messages from my guides.
hi, Abby.
Thank
Hmm.
you for the question. All right, let's see what we get.
I feel like they want you to take a break. They want you to relax. And I don't know if the kids are off school, and but they want you to take a break too and really relax with the I think the schedule kind of slows down for some people. And without the hustle and bustle of school and back and forth and band practice and soccer practice and all that, they're saying that make sure you do take this time to sort of recuperate and regenerate and just relax with the family. I feel like it's going to be a wonderful. I see you having picnics with paper plates outside, and the kids getting, soaked head to toe. They're just saying really enjoy and take time to rest and relax and enjoy yourself. That's what they want you to do.
I agree with that, as well as this is an opportunity for you Abby, to think of some ingenious ways. They want you to use your ingenuity to make the most out of the summer. And in order to do that, part of what is important is watch the self-talk. The self-talk maybe gets a little faster in the summer. Put it on the naughty step, put it in timeout, give it a lollipop and tell it just to, go out and play in the water, because there's this beautiful opportunity right around you of really being it feels like there's a new level of creativity. You're starting to really have some fun into leaning into things that you may not have done for a while, and they're encouraging that. Really enjoy that. So that's what I have for you, Abby.
Yeah, that's beautiful. When I tuned in, I saw a big baguette, like a loaf of French bread in a bag. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my late husband used to every day he made sourdough baguettes, and he put them and he had specially ordered bags to put them in, and he would keep one for himself and then go and give the other one to somebody in the neighborhood. And he did this for 25 years. And I never had any because I'm gluten intolerant. I'm
Oh,
celiac. But it was just great. And so anyhow, I'm seeing the baguettes, and then I see you handing them out to different people. And then it's not you, it's Jesus for some reason. And I'm not like a real Jesus person. But then it came to me, bread on the waters, that you are giving. It's all about giving and receiving. And because it reminded, I think my husband is showing me this because he gave bread to all these people, but he got so much back. People just adored him for that. You'd walk
mm-hmm.
down the street and the kids were like, "Bread man!" And just he was like a superstar in a two-block
Oh.
area. And and it was so fun. So they're saying that sometimes it can feel like, if you look at you like I'm just giving and giving and giving, and it's kind of a you can get worn out from it. But when you see that giving what you get back from giving, and then the last thing I saw was it wasn't just a baguette anymore. It was a big hero sandwich or hero or sub or,
Oh,
hoagie, whatever you call them wherever you live. So it's coming back to you. So if, even those times when it's like, oh God, I've got to drive them all to soccer again or whatever, this giving that you're doing, you're going to reap the benefits from it in a different way. Not a direct, like maybe not the exact thing that you give won't come back to you, but it's going to come back to you manyfold, and it's just a beautiful thing. It's completing the cycle of the energy. It's just beautiful. So I hope that makes some sense to you. Let's see.
All the best to you, Abby. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes.
I see Sean is here and Sandra Wells is here and Laura Hammond is here. We have some newcomers coming in. Nice to see you.
Wonderful. Okay. Here, and excuse me, I'm taking a while here.
take your time. Well, listen to me. Take your time. I'm like
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just enjoying being in the space with all of you. I mean, I'm like, that's all right. This is good. This is, I look forward to this.
Me too. Christine asks, can I ask if an astral project in my dream, let's see, can I ask if an astral project in my dream and was speaking to the higher self? Can I ask? Oh, excuse me, it's not a project. Can I ask if I astral project in my dream and if I was speaking to my higher self?
Wow.
Sorry, duh, accent on the wrong syllable.
Well, I'm going to jump in here because the immediate push I got was absolutely, it is, and this is an important thing for you to listen to what the conversation is and to really notice the details of this dream, because those are going to start showing up in your daily life, and it's going to help you understand a direction of things that you're working on. So, boy, that came through really quickly. Boom.
I got just a quick one, and it's weird as usual. I saw you on a lake in a swan boat. You know those boats that you pedal? And just like the real swan, it looks very, very graceful as it's floating out there, but you're kind of working uh, to get it going forward. And the head of the swan, so you're kind of tooling around in the swan boat, and the water looks nice and clear, but the swan's is not facing forward, it's facing back. So some of this is about um, reviewing where you are for life lessons, or kind of synthesis, synthesizing the lessons you've learned to date, and kind of getting in balance again, like being on the water with the swan. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I got for you, the swan boat. How about you, Jean?
Um, I got Christine. It was quite interesting that I was asking if you astral project, and it said yes. And I said, "Is it in her dreams?" And it said no. And then I said, "Were you speaking to your higher self?" And it said yes. And I said, "Was it in your dreams?" And it said no. So I understand that what you're saying is in your dream, like at night when your consciousness leaves you, and leaves your body, and I think that you understand that too, but I didn't mean to split hairs with the details. I just wanted to make sure that yes, you are astral projecting. It's not specifically a dream, but it's outside of your dream, and you were outside of a dream and connecting with your higher self. So I got all yeses to that. But I think that you know what the difference is. You were just trying to give us an idea. So let me know if I make sure if you know that that is. And can I follow up with Abby? Abby had some feedback.
Yes. Let's see.
So she says,
Oh,
um,
yeah. I recently misplaced a 235-year-old dehydrated sourdough starter. I think I need to find it. That's the first time I've talked about my husband and his sourdough.
Mhm.
So it must have been meant for you, Abby.
I love
And
her.
Absolutely.
and then
And she
Chris,
also said,
oh,
oh,
go ahead. Go right ahead.
she also said, we have a play date tomorrow at the park, splash pad tomorrow with my brother and nephew. I do need to slow down and enjoy my home and garden more. Wow. That's what
Yes.
I saw you really enjoying the summer with the kids and family. So that's lovely. I'm so happy for you. And thank you very much for that feedback,
Yes.
especially that sourdough. My gosh.
That's amazing. Oh yeah. Wow.
Let's see. And what was,
They are doing road work outside. Can you hear that?
No.
no.
Okay. If you
Oh,
can, let me know.
and Christine also said that there's swan boats near where she lives. Yeah. So maybe that's why I was picking up the swan boats.
Mm.
Wonderful.
Interesting.
All right. Let's see. Um, oh, this looks interesting. Can you ask my guides about my life in ancient Rome as a soldier? Says Miss Sherlock. We can ask.
Well, Miss Sherlock, you probably had a past life with me because I was also a Roman soldier. And I saw the one with it, the one that it had the red like mohawk kind of thing on the helmet. And my helmet, it came down and there was a plate that came down over my nose. And it was very specific. And I had to look it up, and I found out it was a Roman soldier because I thought it was like a Greek or something, or
Mhm.
but I found out it was. So you and I, Miss Sherlock. Let's see what we can find out. Oof, I'm picking up Egypt and almost that's even I you know I'm that's a quite ancient. I'm getting Egypt and like building the pyramids, and you know how they are um I hate to say it, but like with all the slaves and all that labor.
Mhm.
I think that you were part of that kind of a policing kind of area. But that's what I saw. Let me just see. Was this a Roman soldier? Was this an Egyptian soldier? I'm getting more Egypt. Not to say that you're not, but the first thing that, like, there was a flash in my mind about all the slaves and you taking, handling or making sure that they were doing their work and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I would. Oh yes. Oh, okay. So Miss Sherlock says she was told she was a slave in Egypt. Okay, so maybe I'm going back, and that's what I saw. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is because I did also get the idea of a soldier monitoring slaves and slave behavior, in particular at night. It was like you were making sure that nobody was trying to get out, and the slave thing. You didn't much care for it, if I'm honest. That's the sense that I got. But it was you were doing what you needed to do to survive. You also you liked to do be a charioteer. You actually that's what you preferred to do um, instead of being stuck monitoring. You would prefer to have been out and moving on a chariot. So
Beautiful.
so
I just saw you kind of sitting down on a bench or a log or something with your head in your hand. You were like this really built, kind of muscly soldier, and you're just exhausted. And I got the idea that you had been through many, many campaigns, but you were good, you survive them all and live to fight another day or do whatever you were doing another day. But just so then I asked, so what is this about? Why you're showing me this? I got that from that lifetime, you have learned endurance. Like you can go the extra mile. You can put up with it for the goal. And call on that extra, when everybody else's tank is empty, you can call on that your inner strength and to get you through. And that's some of that you learn from that life. So I hope that that was helpful. That was really interesting. Thank you. And those are great readings by you both.
And Miss Sherlock said, Miss Sherlock, yes, Chariot.
Ah,
So
dreamed of being a Roman general. And yes, on the chariot. Cool. And Craig Dixon said, I think I've had every crappy job in my past life.
That's why you're
When,
so sweet in this lifetime.
there you go.
oh, let's see. Let's try Bernie Girl, who would like a message from her guides.
There's the thing that I'm getting, Bernie Girl, that's coming through very quickly is you are much more beautiful and more powerful than you realize. There's this sense of you're amazing. You have this sense of knowing who you are in the world, and or you need to have a sense of who you are in the world, but they're very um, enthusiastic about you. They're glad you're here. They're glad you're watching. And this is, I mean, for me, it's a big thing about making sure that you're allowing yourself to be the incredible person that you are as you walk out in the world, and don't discount what you think others are thinking about you, because it doesn't matter. But this is they get you, they see you. So
I saw you. At first, it was like lying in bed with just a white sheet over you. Your clothes are on, so it's like you're taking a nap and just recharging. And it almost reminded me of one of the tarot cards where the guy is kind of lying there, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't have a negative connotation. It's just like, okay, there's just this little light uh, blanket or something over you. You're recharging, and then I see you out on a bicycle, but it's not like a bike we'd ride today. It's like those ones they had with the one big wheel and then the little one. So it's even harder to ride than our current bikes. So I think they're just saying uh, it's not like you need a long time to just go into seclusion, but just to take some time for yourself, and that will recharge you. How about you, Jean?
Okay, so the first thing I saw for Bernie Girl are butterflies. And when I saw butterflies, they appeared to be like a message or a synchronicity when I saw them. And I also got the words magical, that you are magical, that you are a light worker, and that you stand alone in your mission. I got that you shake up the paradigm in your world, in your family, in your vicinity. And there's, you know how usually around Christmas time or something, people put the word believe, and they have like either a wood carving or like a really pretty painting, or they put the words on the wall. They put words believe. So there's something about believe and joy that you look at all the time, or that's your mantra, or this is you have a lot of positivity, a lot of mantras, a lot of um, you know, processes and practices that you have around you. And you are a light worker, but it seems like you're the only light worker in your family. You're the only light worker in your group of friends, and you do shake them up. You do, because you're there and you have this different vibration. It raises their vibration as well, but it also breaks through the paradigm. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but that's what I wrote down. But you stand alone in your mission, so you definitely have found your tribe, so to speak, here in the community. But the magical part, you have this. It's very light, very airy, very fairy, very gentle and kind and sweet. And I just find all of these characteristics around you, Bernie girl. And what I would just recommend is, or suggest that you consider, is that you continue on that journey and follow your gut instinct. And you already know that you hear and sense things, but not in a mediumship kind of way, but just that you have good instincts and you have good intuition and you can recognize synchronicities. And I just want you to believe in yourself. That believe is believe in yourself. And you have beautiful, beautiful energy, Bernie girl. Hmm.
That was gorgeous.
That's
And
great.
when to Gerald's message, Bernie Girl said, "Thank you. I got a warm feeling after hearing this." And after I told her to take a rest a little bit, she said, "I'm currently taking 2 weeks off to feel better."
Hmm.
And after Jean's message, she said, "I'm always telling others to step back and relook at a situation to address it in another way." So, yeah, that was great.
You're a light worker for sure, Bernie girl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
And MLR says, I'm pretty sure this light worker message is for all of us.
Yes.
Well, that's the beauty in these messages is a lot of times people they get something from somebody else's reading, and that's part of the beauty of it. I love that.
Yeah. Let's try this from Coquette. Too much is happening in my life right now. Can I please have a message from Spirit? Somehow we've lost the connection. Yeah. When life gets busy, can feel it can feel that way. Let's see.
So our spirit guides are very patient, and they hold space for us and they support us. Um, and when we're ready, when our focus and our attention is not distracted, they can come in and start teaching us. And perhaps this is what you felt. And then now that you have like distractions or things taking your focus away from it, you feel like that you're not connecting, but they are still there. They're always there, and they're always connecting and supporting us. It's just they're just not in the teaching mode because you're focused and you're otherwise engaged. And just understand and trust that they're always there, and that when you have the ability to sort of take a moment and quiet that mind and focus, they'll be right there to continue teaching you. You're not going to miss a beat. You're not going to miss anything. You're not going to the connection won't get cold. You won't lose the intensity. They'll be right there when you're ready.
I have to piggyback on that because part of what I was feeling is right now there is you're very focused on doing some things because there's so much that you're trying to balance, and there's a lot of uncertainty. Perhaps they they're absolutely there. Part of what it is they're not speaking really loudly because the focus you're doing the thing and you're focusing on what you need to focus on. And I'll be honest with you, it's probably okay. I'm not very good at any timing. I would say next week at this time, you're going to start feeling that connection start showing up again. You're going to start experiencing it in little ways. And what comes through for me really is this idea of it's going to be stronger because you are aware at a deeper level that they are still with you. So that's what I have for you.
Beautiful. And when I was tuning in, I heard Jean say, hold space and support us, or something like that, just as I was seeing a marionette with the strings on it. So they're still there, even when they're not like out doing the, really directing you to do the action for the little play, the little marionette play. They're still holding the strings and still supporting you. So, so as Jean was saying, when it's time, when you decide to focus a little bit more on that, think of them as always kind of being with you and supporting you. But when you say, okay, it's time for it's time for the show, they'll be there and
Mhm.
engage with you on an even deeper way. Let's see, anything else for Croquette? Now, okay, I'm in this park and there's the whole marionette stage and there's an organ grinder too. So there, I think, I think it's see if you can use music or something else to kind of bring you into that space. You don't have to like say, okay, I have to sit down and meditate for an hour or something like that, but just something that will lift your spirits, whether it's music or a certain scent or candles or whatever, just something small and like not a big thing to kind of just put you in that headspace and have that going. Okay, now they're telling me, and now do that or have that going while you're doing something like I don't know, vacuuming or doing
Mhm.
something mindless, and then just allow the thoughts to come in and be open to things. So that was their little counsel for you today. I hope that was helpful, Coquette.
May I add something to that idea of music?
Please.
Part of
Yes.
what I was hearing as you were saying that is they want you to get back into your physical body whilst all of this is going on because there is a sense of disconnect. So, dancing, feeling the music, the beat, something like that. Well, as you're dealing with everything that's going on in your life right now, it's going to help you move through it. Literally moving your body is going to help you process that. And you never know, you might hear a song that reminds you of your spirit, the spirit guides. So I love that.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, let's read for the Crone Zone.
Ooh.
I'd love a message from my guides for Priscilla here.
Priscilla, something that I'm seeing is I'm seeing you writing in a big book, and it's now time that book is full, that page is full. It's time for you to actually turn that page over, and there's this sense of freshness and possibility that all of the stuff that you were writing about is done, and now all of this potential is available to you. And I mean, maybe you're drawing on this. I don't know if you do journaling, if you're writing a book or something along those lines, but it's really really important for you to be willing to go, okay, turn that page and start fresh. So um and I think one of the things that also is that is it, there's okay, there's too many of them talking at me. There's this sense of is as if you put these words down on paper or drawings or something like that, it really connects you to the divine femininity that you have, and you're giving it good power. So so let me know if that makes any sense to you.
Jean, what do you get?
I was picking up a silver white horse, and this white horse is, in fact, it probably is Pegasus now that I'm thinking about it. And I know that you've had Pegasus, you know, in your travels before, and they do want you to travel in the astral and travel in your spiritual journeys and to explore and have fun, because there's going to be things that are going to be revealed, and it's almost like it'll give you a new direction to focus on, and something really new. Like you'll be bringing through some new concepts, new ideas, new perspectives, new understandings, and I feel as though it's going to be like a channeling kind of a thing for you, whether you write it and do a blog or whether you record it and put it out as a recording. But it's more of a playful, and it's more of a, they have information that you can uh, sort of transmute or transcend or translate. And but it's going to be a silver white horse is what I got for you. So that sounds like lots of fun. Bring me along.
Yeah. Um, when I tuned in, the first thing I heard was just like Om, like this huge resonant Om. And then, I often will get feelings in my chakras, and usually it's not the crown chakra, but my crown chakra just lit up, and then later throat, because you're the communicator, and heart. So I think they're saying that you draw those three together. They were for a long time it was the crown chakra saying, I was getting the impression that the messages, they're very pleased to be working with you because you're getting so much information. You're at the resonant level that you can receive this information and put it into action. And by communicating it to others and by doing it with your heart. So this is like uh, applause to you. They're very, very proud of you for doing that. And it's like a sense of honor. I mean, that first Om, it was like a gong that rings and it resonates forever and ever and ever. They I can't overstate how much they appreciate you, and the high level of resonance and the profundity with which they take uh your working relationship with spirit. It's just very beautiful. So it's a very big good on ya, as they say in Minnesota. That was beautiful. Thank you for taking us there.
It's great. Wonderful message.
Yeah. Let's
Hmm.
see. Um, excuse me here. Well, let's try this. This is from Jana. May I have a past life reading. Where did I pick up hand-to-hand combat? This is curious. Oh, here. I'm sorry. I have to go back. My iPad crashed during Jean's reading. Jean, I have an antique Pegasus at my front door right now. And oh, Joan, that's beautiful too. I'll have to go back and listen to Jean's. Perfect. So, yeah, you got it.
Wow.
Like I would love a picture of it because he's calling you. Wow.
Oops.
Wow.
And now, okay. I've lost to, I guess,
Jana,
Jana.
question
Here we
about
go.
hand-to-hand combat.
There we go. Hand-to-hand combat. This will be interesting.
I'm getting you were like a samurai, and you had it was like a sport and a way of defense, and like a soldier, like all of those. Like it was an art, in other words, isn't it? a samurai, kind of like an art that they practice. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Jean-Claude Van Damme, but that's what I'm seeing right now when he has his feet like on each of the things.
Hmm.
But something that I'm just seeing that you studied this practice of how to control your body, how to control the actions, and how to make the most out of like a strategic kind of a of an encounter. And I see the sword, but not so much the sword. But they showed me you had your hands in like this sleeve in front of your a robe, and you were yeah, samurai. Wow.
And I would actually add to that, Jana, to what Jean was saying. Your movement into understanding the samurai principles was actually because you were pretty conflicted as a youngster. You needed something to do with all of the feelings and the anger and the emotions that were pulsing through your body. And so what this did is it allowed you to have this focus. It gave you a point of focus, move the energy through in this way. Especially I love the samurai image because I'm like going, all right, this is a meditation. And it is a meditation because it really helped you slow down enough to learn the things that you needed in order to survive. So it focused you. So that's amazing.
Interesting. And when I first tuned in, I saw you like, I don't know if it was caveman days or what, but you were like wearing animal skins and it was just you and you were this young boy with a big knife and you were just surviving and learned. I don't know if you'd gotten detached from your family or separated or what, but it was like you had to survive on your own as a fairly young child. You looked like 8 or 9 or something like that. And then it's like, okay, fast forward to what looked like 1600s in Europe. And if I were a better, if I had done better in art history, I could name the painting. But it's the soldiers around. There's one of them mounted, and there's a big light coming in, a big shaft of light coming in, and it was like you took what you learned in the caveman days, and then brought it up to it to this period in Western Europe in kind of like maybe the times, I don't know if it was exactly around the 1600s, but it's, there's armor, it's the knights in armor and things like that. And had incorporated the strategy and everything there. So I didn't see you so much as a actually doing the hand-to-hand combat, but just where the skills came from. So I
Mhm.
hope that was somewhat helpful. You've been around.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Let's see. Yeah. And
Thank you,
thank
Jana. That was
we
really
appreciate it.
interesting. I wasn't getting
Yeah.
anything, wasn't getting anything, and I was like, okay, what am I, what's going to come in? And then bam, it like just showed up out of nowhere.
And
It's
right
so
as you
cool.
were talking about that samurai, it was just like all of my back stuff. It made sense. It settled down. So, wow.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for your question, Jana.
Definitely.
Cool.
Well, should we try this? This is going to be interesting. Will I ever know who murdered my husband and why in 1979? Do you want to do this or is this a
I
little
can get
too?
a yes or no. I'm
Okay.
okay with it.
Yeah, I can do a yes or no. I'm not sure I'll get more information, but
Dawn, if you're here, give us your husband's name, if you could.
his name
Wayne.
was Wayne.
Thank you, Dawn. I'm getting no, and I'm hearing it's to protect you. He doesn't want you to know, for your own protection, and not just like somebody would come after you, but the anger and the bitterness would eat you alive.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. I feel like you might be able to get like a feeling around it, but I don't know that you'll actually get to know the truth and the facts. But what what I'm hearing is senseless, and what I'm hearing is that like somebody double crossed him, or somebody I just feel like there was like maybe a group that he was with, and then there was an outsider that came into the group, and like there's and the dynamics changed. Um, but I feel like your husband was not never imagined. I feel like it was. I just feel like it was like he thought it was all in good fun, but everybody was on the same page, everybody was on the same side, and if you messed up and you didn't get the car out of the lot in time or whatever it was, but whatever he was relied on to do, or he relied on other people to do, he thought everybody was on the same side, and somebody was not. So I don't know if this was like gang kind of stuff, or something around friends, or they were kind of in cahoots doing something, or or maybe or maybe it was like coworkers, or there was a group of people that there was somebody else that came in, that everybody kind of trusted one another, and then when that other person came in, they thought, yeah, we can trust him, and it just wasn't the same. It changed, unfortunately. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I was picking up.
Yeah. Dawn, I'm sorry that your husband was murdered. I but will you ever know? No. I got a definite no. I am getting a sense of this is this was an unexpected event. This was not a for him. He might have been collateral damage, something going on around him, and but it yeah, it just it yeah, it was an unexpected, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's
Wrong
so
place, wrong
confusing.
time.
Wrong place, wrong time, wrong person, something along those lines. But yeah, I'm not getting it
Mistaken
though.
identity. Wow.
Could
Okay.
be mistaken identity. Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's got to be hard to live with for all those years. We wish you the very best, Dawn, and hope that that's some help. Oh, and Jana, our hand-to-hand combat uh, person said, my brothers kept teaching me, trying to teach me to make a fist, and my inner voice said, nope, use the heel of your hand. That came
there
from
you go.
somewhere.
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
see. Well, here's a fun one. V. Doyle, can I please have a message from my fairies and dragons? Let's see what we can bring out for V. Doyle.
So I'm picking up a dragon, and he's a traveler. He's wearing like goggles and a hat and a traveling coat, and I think he helps you to transport from realm to realm, but he's like a traveling kind of a guide, and he almost has like a convertible, but it's not like a car. It's more of like a convertible vehicle of some other sense, some other creation that he has for him. And but he's wearing the hat and the glasses and the coat, and I and he says that he does help you with transportation, and in the astral realms, as well as probably in this dimension as well. Um, oh, he's your chauffeur, and he's he just helps you with your travels. He doesn't want to tell me anything else. He's not going into any other specifics, but he's there and he helps you, and he's been with you for quite some time. How about you guys?
Yeah. The fairies are from your fairies and your dragons. There is that sense of choice with the dragon, in the sense of, where do you want to go, sort of thing. The chauffeur, very efficient, and a lot of fun. I'm getting a sense that with a few of your fairies, some of them, it feels like several of them are vying for your attention, and they have a bet to see which one you're going to follow. You're the center of their rivalry. Well, I can get V Doyle to do this or something along those lines. And I would just a word of caution with that, because fairies they can appear certain ways, but they can also be a little a, a, um a little trickstery. So be careful with that. So yeah.
And I got from your dragon that he's there to strengthen you, not to push you into being a fire breather yourself, but there comes moments when all of a sudden it's like you get your backbone, and when you need to stand up to someone, he's there for you. So he's uh, and you call on him, and you don't even have to call on him. That he's there for you in those moments when you just kind of need to put your shoulders back and stand in your power. And as far as the fairies, I just saw your feet, which I think are your feet, in little brown strappy sandals. And this might have been from a past life or something, because there's a floor length kind of cloak that looks like it's linen and sort of oatmeal colored, and you're putting, I don't know if it's seeds or some little sweet stuff, or just kind of a little offering around the garden for the fairies. And they're saying they liked that when you did that,
Mm.
perhaps in a past life, or maybe it's now. But yeah, just a little bit of an offering to the fairies, and they would appreciate that. I hope that was helpful. That was kind of fun.
Uh, Thanks, V Doyle.
Yes. I don't think we've done any mediumship yet today. Oh, Sean G, can you put if you're still here, can you put your grandmother's first name in the chat? Um, and in the meantime, let's see. Oh, this one from Swati Pandey. I want to know about my future spouse. How will he be? Let's see what we can get.
I'm getting that he's going to be funny. He's going to be funny, and maybe not the sharpest dresser, but the adorableness that he exudes from his lighthearted humor and just quick-witted, and really just keeps everybody in stitches. And he really does not entertain you, but he really does lift your spirits. But he's optimistic too. He doesn't have he's optimistic in a lot of different things. Perhaps you're a little more straight-laced, or a little more methodical, or a little more, organized, where he's a little more spontaneous. So I think that he's going to be a really beautiful complement to your energy. But I feel like you're going to be laughing for the rest of your life. I feel like he's just so funny, and everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. He gets a better job because he's so well liked in the office, or he gets better plane tickets because he talks to everybody in the airport, or he just has that charm, and he's very unassuming. He's not like full of himself. He's really just laid back. So if you see somebody that maybe is a little, maybe he doesn't shave every day, or maybe his buttons aren't buttoned right, just if he's funny, he's the one. I mean, this is just something, it's such a beautiful gift. Wow, Swati.
Yeah, I would also think he's an observer. He is a charmer, but definitely an observer, and he might actually be quiet or appear introverted until you get to know him, until you actually sit down and communicate with him. So don't be surprised if he's quiet yet charming. So yeah.
Yeah, when I tuned in, I didn't really realize that I was kind of tense, but my shoulders just went, this sense of ease. He's just going to put you at ease. My heart chakra lit up, and then my shoulders just sort of melted. You will feel so at ease around him and kind of feel like, oh, I've been waiting for you. It's like you've known each other all your life. You have the same sense of humor. You laugh at the same things. Um, and yet he can just so easy to be around with you and with friends and everything. But he's not just a joker. He has a vision, and he can like put it all together and go out in the world and be, I'm not getting an idea of actually what his profession is or what he does, but be really professional and do whatever it is that he does excellently. But then he doesn't put on airs. He comes back down and just, okay, let's just go have a hamburger, or whatever. I just feel like he's like someone you're going to be so comfortable around, and really kind of feel like, you two have been around before together. So there'll be a spark of recognition, the heart, and then the just feeling so at ease with him. That's what I'm getting. So tell us when you meet this person,
I know,
please.
that's so beautiful,
Mhm.
Swati. Good for you. And
Let's
MLR said she was cracking up, not the sharpest dresser. She said,
So American, it's like an ooh snap.
that's just comes out, MLR. I'm sorry, I can't. Sometimes I can't
Oh
really,
yeah.
you know.
Let's see. Oh, that's fun. Oh, as long as we talk to MLR, let's a general message from her guides would be great. And I think this may be the last one because we're approaching an hour here.
MLR, it feels very much like your guides are wanting you to recognize the stability that you have in your life, because you may not be recognizing it and appreciating it. The things that are consistent in your life, they want you to celebrate that. They want you to recognize that not everyone has that, and you do, because it's important to keep that in mind while you are, I don't know if you're signing any documents or you're doing anything legal, for entertainment purposes only. But the stability that you have and the way that you have worked things before, it's important for you to, as you are looking at these agreements, make sure you understand and that everybody understands what those agreements are actually saying, is what I'm feeling. So.
So I was picking up the word chronicle for you, and I had to actually look it up because I wanted to make sure I understood what it meant. I didn't know if it meant to actually record, but I heard the word chronicle your experiences. So I'm not sure if you are a writer or if you are you, I don't know if you do like genealogy or if you have pictures everywhere that you need to chronicle, or if there's, something that you have a collection that you need to chronicle, or your life or your experiences, or your you could leave something so that others will learn from your teaching. But this is what they're saying. I'm not sure if there's something in your life that you're organizing, gathering, or I'm not sure what that means. But
Well, it might mean that
that's
she's a writer,
oh my gosh.
and that too, an organizer or whatever she was responding to. But it sounds like you hit the nail on the head there.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
she says, oops, going through all my possessions since about to be homeless. Oh, so yes. Oh my.
Wow.
Oh dear. So sorry. Well, what I got was that you are working from the the right side of your brain, and that you have a way of bringing the spiritual into the physical, uh, and whatever the circumstances are. Um, Actually, the very first thing I saw was a grilled cheese sandwich. And it's like, what's the grilled cheese sandwich? And then it was, what is it, Warren Zevon or someone who said, enjoy every sandwich, that you have the capacity to take whatever real world situation it is and bring the spiritual principles through that and see how you can use all of these um, energies to help in no matter what the situation is. So yeah, I just feel like it's just like this side of my brain is just you've got the connection, and you're the funnel that it's coming through to bring the spiritual into the physical, and have things work out, or at least to see how the energies are working out. Yeah, you're pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So we wish you the very best. And she said, Joan and bread today. Yeah. Exactly what I've tried to do. Oops. Although the normal people think I'm nuts. Yeah, well, join the club.
Yeah. Normal people aren't that exciting.
I know. Oh, yes. Well, this has been just a delightful hour. I thank you so much for coming, everyone, everybody in the chat, all of our wonderful guests here today who came to play with us. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all of your questions, but do come back. We'll be together again next month, I think the first Monday in August.
Mm-hmm.
And Jean, yes, and thank you for coming to Enlightened Insights. So for more Enlightened Insights, come back next month. And Jean, what are you going to be up to next? Where can people see you?
You are muted.
I have Gerald and I will be together on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong day. Yes, Gerald and I will be together on the 4th of July. I'm not sure if
Yep.
anybody else is going to be on for the 4th of July for the holiday. And we're going to be doing a special mediumship for the holidays. And and enjoy the 4th and celebrate together with everybody.
Yeah.
And how about you, Gerald?
I've got several shows coming up that are going to be a lot of fun. And so especially like getting to know people, it's going to be great fun.
Wonderful.
So definitely subscribe so that you can not miss out on those, or watch the playback and leave a comment. Love those.
Yes. The lurkers and the laters. And I'm sorry I didn't see this earlier, but a special hello to Purple Elephant Deb H. We send you lots of love and healing. God bless you, my dear. Wonderful. And thanks everybody for coming. We will see you soon. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.